if you're new here, my name is Carolyn Gray and I'm the owner of this channel because my face is on it. But we talk about all things in and around fashion. We talk about my lifestyle living in New York as a content creator, business owner, and an adult, which is so ghetto most of the time. Many of us agree if we want to go back into the womb. And yeah, we just like a good old kiki and giggle on this platform, on this channel. But today we might giggle, we might be serious, we might get angry. I don't know, because this is my first time actually looking at the questions that were asked on my latest post in the community section of this channel, where I asked you guys, what are some questions you have for me so I can answer and create a video for it. Now, I have to tell y'all, as I'm getting into the post now, girl, I don't know what I did, but I was cleaning my ears the other day, and I'm always really careful because I know we can clog our ears. You're not supposed to go that deep with a Q-tip. Really, you're not supposed to be cleaning your ears. With a Q-tip, you can use other things, but I'm Q-tip girl, okay? I think I went a little too deep because I've been deaf for a little while. I cannot hear out of this ear. It is clogged, and I have an appointment tomorrow to get it fixed because I feel lopsided a bit. I do. I didn't think that was going to be a situation. Now, where is the contents? Here we go. Post. Now, obviously, I am getting into these things. I'm looking at these questions for the very first time. I did not put them down on the side or anything like that. So let's get into the first comment. I am recording this Monday. I'm recording this video on Indigenous People Day, Columbus Day. Who didn't find anything? But yes, I'm recording it on a Monday. So if I don't get to your question and it's recorded after this video, that is why. I'm sorry. Okay, but I have had it up for almost a week now. I'm just saying. So, first question comes from Kimberly Landsman 2233. I love your queen style. Thank you, Kimberly. Can you please do a video on coats and jackets while rocking oversized scarves? Yes, I can, and I will. We will make a note of that. Can you also bring back fashion news reviews with sports, athletes, and celebrities? Hold on, it says read more. I love those because you're so funny and transparent. Yes, fashion news is going to be at least a monthly thing that I do when I cover different events going on within this fashion space. And because we're back into football and basketball season, the boys do their runway looks when they're going into the arenas, and I have a lot to say about it. So yes, I will be covering those categories in the next fashion news videos. And yes, I would love to do a video that is based off of coats and jackets, because y'all know how I do about coats and jackets. Currently, I'm wearing something that is coming out soon. You will see. Okay, stay tuned. But yes, thank you for your question, Kimberly. The next question is from S46357. What's your favorite clothing brand? What is your zodiac sign? What are some clothing brands that make good quality clothes? Ooh, that's hard to just be like, ooh, one. First of all, I'm a Virgo, through and through. Here's the thing how I feel about all signs. There's a there's an unhealed version of every sign that really shows the hard dynamics of that sign or zodiac, and then there's a healed version of certain zodiacs that can really hone in on the strengths of that particular zodiac. I do feel I'm somewhere in the middle. You know, I am super critical. I am very detailed, but then I'm also chaotic, and I know my chaos, like chaotic mess. I'm brutally honest to a point where, you know, people, they don't get mad at what I'm saying if it's the truth, but they get mad at how I say it. So I'm still working on that. So it's things like that, but I am a Virgo through and through, and I am proud to hold this zodiac because of so many amazing people that I love and am a big fan of that are also Virgos. Kobe, Michael, Beyonce, not Jada Pinkett. But I digress. When it comes to quality clothing brands. You know what's crazy? I was just thinking about this the other day, and I think I mentioned it in the video too, really quickly. Line by K, if y'all been watching people's, well, reading people's blogs since the beginning of blogs, y'all would know Carla's Closet. Um, Carla is one of the OGs in blogging. She is also a Virgo. Her birthday's the day before mine. And she has a collection called Line by K. Something about the quality of her shirts, everything just has an amazing quality, and it washes well, it wears well. I've always been a big fan of her clothing line. Also, Be Iconic has like she knows how to source the best products as well. Her t-shirts wear really nicely over time as well after washing. Her hats stand the test of time. So it's just like it depends on what we're talking about or what kind of category of clothing. But when it comes to that type of stuff, or on a or smaller business scale, right? It would be those two that I really could just think off the top of my head. And I know there's so many more, but like I said, these are the first time I'm seeing these questions. I haven't really prepared because I wanted to be really just off top of my dome, authentic, what's right on top of my heart. When it comes to other brands, ooh. I've had a really great experience with Bottega clothing. I've also had a really great experience with Jacquemus. I've also had a great experience with Zankov Diotima clothing, Christopher John Rogers. There are certain aspects of Zara clothing that are really high quality and worth the investment or worth waiting to go on sale and then getting. But Aritzia, love Aritzia and their quality of clothes. And Aloe Yoga, even though I don't always agree with how they market their clothes on specific type of people, it's not as inclusive. I have an attitude about it, but I do think their clothing has great quality. Like their gym wear just stands the test of time. Aloe Yoga is all I really wear to the gym. It really is. So those different categories. I know I didn't touch on everything, but and then also the vintage space. Like I think the best quality of clothing, the best brands were really birthed at a time that is considered archive or vintage at this point. And so I love vintage first and foremost for quality over everything and uniqueness at this point. I hope I answered your question. Oh, what's your big three in astrology? Asked by Pop Poster Boy. I am, what is it? Is it rising? My rising is Leo or sun. So I'm a Virgo. My sun sign is Leo. My moon is Scorpio. Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of people do think I'm a Leo when they first meet me because like interfacing, like I am very boisterous. Like I listen, I arrive. I know I arrive. But number two, when it comes to Scorpio moon, I do have a lot of things that I keep very private about me. I am very much an overthinker. I don't have loyalty issues, but I have trust issues. And I do think that a lot of Scorpios are like, they be keeping people at arm's length, legs distance. And I at times do that, but my Virgo can catch the energy very quickly. And I read the room and people very well the first time, but the Leo in me will try to ignore that all the time because they just love everybody. Child. Anyway, but yes, thank you for asking your question. At Tia D, or I think it's Tia D, do you wear Birkenstocks or clog style shoes? If so, how do you style them? I have Rick Owens. Oh, I like those Birks in clog and Arizona style and struggle to wear them. I'm located in Florida. Oh, I hope you're okay, that your family's okay after these last two storms. Prayers out to you and your family if you were hindered by that, or anyone in Florida too. I'm located in Florida, so want to pull them out for fall, winter, depending on temperature and weather. I do own Birkenstocks in Arizona and the clog style. I love them. I really actually love wearing clogs when it's cooler out because I like wearing scrunchy socks with them, and like cropped pants, or like a pair of sweatpants that are a little bit fitted around the ankle, because it just kind of gives like cool college boy look. I don't know why I affiliate with a cool college boy look, but I just do. I can't help it. And like a really cool coat and my baseball cap. I wear it like that. Then there's other times where, there's a style of dress that I could wear with it that might be on the maxi length that I wear my clogs or Arizona slippers with, and it just gives. I don't know. It's a good juxtaposition that I really enjoy doing with that. Y'all be quiet. I can't hear fully, but I feel like y'all can. I hope the background noise is not disturbing. But yeah, I would do scrunchy socks with them. Or like, and you could do neutral tone scrunchy socks, or you could do printed scrunchy socks, depending on your personal style. But I think that I go super cozy with Birkenstocks, as far as like a more slouchier looking pant, but with the ability to show the ankle and the whole styling of the sock with the shoe. That's what I immediately think of. And then there are times when I'm just like chilling and I wear like a pair of wide leg pants that hit the floor with them, and it just looks super graceful. And I feel like with Rick Owen Birkenstocks, you can do that. It is more of the Rick Owens aesthetic to do so, like a flared cargo. What else? But also, even with the Arizona style slippers, I think that it's good to just wear them with a pair of jeans, high waisted jeans, white tee. I say keep it simple and cozy. I hope I answered your question, that it gives some inspo. Okay, next question. Ken and Curl 187. What are some of your favorite affordable bag brands? Oh, y'all know I'm not really a bag girl. Like I just started this year. But when it comes to affordable bag brands, um, I feel that affordable for me, my lifestyle versus cost of living. I'm a New Yorker. Okay. I feel like you guys are far from me. I find that Fashion File has those affordable bags, but designer brands. And even so, today I got an email from them for like, oh, bags under 1,000. So like that's one scale of affordability. Then when it goes after that, when we think of things after that, then I go like vintage and no brand, right? And then if I go through to like a mainstream type of brand, or high street type of brand, I do think that Zara has good handbags. Who else? Ooh, Banana Republic has really good leather bags. J. Crew has some really amazing leather bags. I love when they do huge hobo bags with like silver detail or like brass details. They look really beautiful. Who else has really good bags? Sorry. Hmm. Dang. Can't really think of any other than those. I'm trying to like envision Soho in all the stores, in the store for, ooh, depending if it's, usually when it's actual leather, Mango has really good affordable bags. And not consistently, but I like check in with them from time to time. Sandro and Maj. Those brands have good bags from time to time, not consistently, but they're not a crazy amount of money in comparison to other designer brands. But those, I hope I answered your question. LOB. I think I said it right. What are your favorite fashion cities outside of New York? Where would you want to live if not New York? Right off top, I would love to live in London. I went there to visit my. I have a lot of family in London, huge family in London. Shout out to my family in London. My friends also in London. Tu- 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 tu. I find that it's just like New York because I mean they speak English. The way their train system is set up, just how it is, the vastness of it, but also the historical aspect as far as architecture is concerned. is really cool to look at and just be around. It's very posh. They have really great manners over there, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that would be where I would be. And I had actually planned on leaving New York in 2017. I went over there to scout for jobs, and then I met Carlos. So my plans changed, girl. And I've been trying to like plant a seed in his head for the longest. Like, if you ever want to go, like we can go. You want to go? But he is not like feeling it, and I think it's because he's just never been there. But anyway, London would be my favorite place to go after New York. I'm also open to places like Switzerland, some parts of Canada, Aruba, because it's my hometown. It's where my mom is from. It's where I grew up most of my life. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of opportunity to be happy there. And as far as fashion cities are concerned, other fashion cities are concerned, I feel like I haven't really been to that many places. You know, I feel like I do want to travel way more, but I remember going to Paris and just taking in the scenes and people watching. And I remember thinking, like, oh my God, people are just so effortlessly stylish here. And it wasn't like one's consistent trend across the board. It was just the trend to me, or the pattern of styling that I saw, was that people looked very effortless. It was a lifestyle. It was easy to them. It was Paris. It was French. It was so chic. It had a very specific je ne sais quoi. And yeah, I loved it. And then also London. There are parts of London, especially like Soho, London, or no, no, not Soho, Shoreditch. Shoreditch, that at the time that I went, I felt like it's very authentic and very cool, kid central. I feel like it was a large mixing pot. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be talking about this in a totally wrong manner. Like, some of y'all from London might not agree with me, but when I went, it was 2017, and that was the experience that I had. And also, like, I was meeting up with my friends that are from like Nigeria and Dominica and things like that. So I just had I feel like I had a more flavorful experience, and the places I was able to see and visit, it felt like a cool melting pot, and everybody looked really cool, really chic, really like edgy, but also like slightly Hogwarts. I'm just saying, there were parts of Shoreditch I was like, this looked like Hogwarts. Where is Hermione in them? So yeah, let's go to London. Somebody, I hope a brand invites me to take a trip out to London with them. Okay, the next question, April CK. What can we expect from Noir Bud as you shift your focus to it more? I love the tea and balm. She's referring to the herbal CBD teas and the herbal CBD recovery balm. So right now I'm working on only having a very small amount of products. I used to have so many different flavors of tea, candies, chocolates, the galore. I think that some of those things I will drop for like very short-lived limited edition collection type of things, but I am focusing on streamlining and having a smaller amount of offerings. So I will have the Recover Balm in the original scent, which is eucalyptus and peppermint, but also I will have it in a lavender vanilla format, because that would be more for the people who have issues sleeping consistently or just relaxing altogether. It is a spin-off of the main best-selling tea, the La Vanilla tea, which is lavender vanilla CBD tea that she's probably talking about, because that's the number one thing. Those are the number one things that sell from the brand, as well as the hard candies. But what people don't understand, it's harder for me to get the hard candy made, and I'd rather find a really good manufacturer to handle that for me. And at this time I have not been able to do it, so it is off the offering table because it is super time consuming. It's a delicate situation, and it is a lot. It is a lot. So I feel that the herbal teas, and I want to do loose leaf version instead of tea bag version, so you have the opportunity to do as much dosage as you want. And then I will have the two recovery bombs in the roll-on format. So those are the changes of offerings, packaging aspects that are happening. And like I said, I will have like limited edition things like the Jill Scott Heron t-shirt that me and my father collaborated on. That'll be re-debuting again for a limited amount of time. The chocolates will have a drop. The candies will have a drop, or different flavors or collaborations with other brands that will come up as well. So I actually have it on my calendar this week to place different orders for this to get going for the month of November. And yeah, I'm really excited. I think that I'm going to break it down to be much more simpler in understanding for myself on how to manage this brand. Like, it's not, I don't have to reinvent the wheel, or it's not rocket science. I just need to just, what's it called? Genuinely just show how it serves a purpose, how it solves a problem, how it can help, how you can manage the use of it, and just make it super simple. I feel like before I would try to wreck my brain in creating marketing plans or creating content around it, and really it's a lifestyle to use products like Noir Bud. So I'm gonna just keep it simple, stupid. You know what I mean? Like, telling myself, keep it simple, stupid. Like, don't overthink it, don't overwhelm yourself. I know content. I do content. This is my thing. Who is calling me from 517? Who are you guys? Yo, they're not at home. These marketing people, these spam people. Oh my God. It's Monday, Indigenous People Day. Like, go to bed. But also I'm working. So there's that. Anyway, thank you for your question. I hope I answered it well. YouTube 432P, where did you purchase your CG necklace charm? So this was actually a necklace that Carlos got for him and myself for our 1 year anniversary. He got them custom made by a designer named Benny the Jeweler from Queens. But it is something I rarely take off. Like, it's really once in a blue moon. It's like whenever I take this necklace off, it's because like I'm getting a facial or something, and I'm like, oh my God, because the clasp is really small. But yeah, it's like a little collegiate. To me, it was like, you know how people used to get letter jackets from their significant others back in the day, and that was like a sign of their union. I felt like that was my little Letterman jacket, but like very snazzy and glitzy and shiny. Okay, hope I answered your question well. Monica MLBH asked, what's a good rule of thumb? Is that how you actually sleep? What's a, oh my God, people really lack grace and just like, what's a good rule of thumb or several rules for how to put outfits together? I think, honestly, BRB. All right, let's get back into it, because whoever is sweeping out there just kind of seems like that's their job, but they didn't seem like they ain't never done it before. Because why are you slapping the dustpan and the broom so hard? Anywho's, and my rule of thumb for putting outfits together, I feel that number one, I think about my lifestyle. I think about the environment that I'm going to be in, whether it's a sit down situation, what's the walk look like? Because I live in a city, so, and I take public transportation, so I think about those things. But the first thing I really think about is my comfort, or, what do I feel comfortable sitting in, walking in, or just being my confident self, right? So I think about what I'm comfortable in, the environment that I'm stepping into, and what it's going to need from me to show up as my best self. Like, let's say, for instance, like I'm going to an event in the city for a panel that I'm speaking on. It's in the middle of the day and it's going to be 42 degrees. So for me, I'm like, okay, it's going to be a bit chilly on the walk there. I'm gonna have to walk a couple of blocks between this train here and the train down there, so I need to be comfy on my feet. I'm gonna be on the panel, so I need to look good while sitting down. So what I would do is I would wear a cozy knit underneath a really structured blazer with a nice pair of slacks, whether it be like a really nice knit legging that kind of flares out at the ankle, or I'm going to do a pair of boots that goes over the pants, right? So I'm comfortable with the heel height that I'm wearing. I'm comfortable wearing what I'm have on as far as clothing because I'll be sitting down. I won't look frumpy. I won't look hunched over because I'll have a structured blazer on top to just look really well put together, sitting high and straight. And then if I'm sitting down, I won't be concerned about like my fupa or my pants rolling in a certain way that makes me look a little bloated. So I will keep the knit oversized. I will keep my jacket structure so it can give me some type of oomph, and then I'll keep my heel height and my shoe game comfortable and even just looking really snazzy while I'm sitting down, on the panel speaking. So I think about all those things. So I feel like it's kind of external, my formula, the method to my formula. It's all the outside elements outside of myself that really I answer to with the outfits that I'll put together. And then I figure it out. I hope that makes sense. And also, like, even when I'm shopping, I think about how does this item correlate to other items in my wardrobe? Can this interchange with different silhouettes that I have? Things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So it becomes easier when you really slow down and think about it. I do find that a lot of people who have booked me for one-on-one services for styling and wardrobing, it's really a matter of, I never thought about that. I'm like, did you give yourself time to think about it? Did you really sit down and think about times where you were uncomfortable in public because of what you were wearing? Because maybe something was a little too fitted or too short or not long enough, type of thing, right? Have you taken notes for those moments? And have you taken notice for the times where you felt really confident and A1 and just feeling beautiful? Like, what makes the difference between those two phases, and really pinpoint what makes the best formula for you to feel confident and at your best? That's the other thing. Thank you for asking that question. All things Sherry. Hey girl. Carolyn, always a day to day slay. I loved when you did your outfits for a week. Give me some inspo. Okay, y'all want me to do outfits of the week video? I could do that. But okay, so let me ask y'all a question. When people do those types of videos, do you enjoy just the like the talk through of the formula of the outfit? Do you want to go along to different places in those outfits as well? Like, what is it that you want, just outfits and the explanation behind them, or do you want outfits and a vlog? Let me know what the difference is for you. What you feel is best. If you moved out of New York, where would you relocate? Stania Roman asked that. London. Um, Sierra 9. Hi, hope you're doing well. Thank you. I'm doing the best I can. Okay. Um, what are your favorite budget friendly jeans and ankle boots? Budget friendly would be around 150 or less. To be honest, I was on, so I did a denim vlog where I shop for jeans, and I went to places like American Eagle and Zara. I meant to go to like freaking Madewell or even J. Crew, and I didn't. I totally missed the Gap. Totally missed out on those opportunities. But for your answer, I actually really like Zara jeans, but that time in the video they didn't have a lot of jeans. I don't know what was going on. Like, where did all the jeans go? But whatever. I digress. Zara jeans, J. Crew jeans, Madewell jeans sometimes, the ones with that don't have that much stretch. Personally, I don't like a lot of stretch denim. I like raw denim. But that's my personal thing. American Eagle is fine. It's just their denim's too soft for me. It's too soft. It's too soft. I feel like if I kneel down for too long in Indian style, sitting down with my legs crossed, pretzel style, I feel like the knees are gonna look funny when I stand back up. It's gonna be stretched out. But that's me personally. But yeah, Zara, J. Crew, Madewell, raw denim, and the Gap. The Gap. Uh, Ankle boots. Now y'all know I like shoes. Y'all know I like designer shoes at that. So when you talk about budget friendly shoes, like, I feel like the way people are with handbags and spending so much on handbags, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I'm like that with shoes. I will spend a lot on shoes. But if I had to choose budget friendly, you know, I used to prance around hard in some Steve Madden ankle boots. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I still love Steve Madden ankle boots, especially the ones that kind of look like YSL. Who else has good shoes? And this is the thing, I'm very particular about shoes, especially ankle boots, because sometimes ankle boots, the opening at the ankle can either be perfection or it could be way too damn big, and then you look like you don't know what you're doing in those shoes. And then it could be too tight around the ankle too. So it's like some brands are really good at it. I know Dose Vita has a really, one of my clients is behind the product development, making and design of that brand. They know proportions. Dulce Vita is really good for all kinds of shoe silhouettes, not just ankle boots, but for all. Who else? And not only do they make it, they actually have really good inclusive leg openings with knee-high boots. They did a lot of work behind the scenes to make sure that they had product for people with all size calves. So that I think is pretty cool. But yeah, I feel like Steve Madden, Dulce Vita are more affordable brands that have really great ankle boots. But other than that, child, I spend a lot on the shoes, and sometimes it's silly of me. But that's why my answer is a bit limited, because I have been irresponsible in that space of purchasing things, and yes, that is over. I don't have much to say about it because I'm not that responsible when it comes to shoe purchasing, but I can do a little bit more research for you behind the scenes after this. Don't be like me, please. Delta Joseph 7132, Miss Carolyn, yes, hi. I love you down. Thank you. I love you lots too. I don't love you. I have lost a lot of weight and finding it a bit difficult to figure out my style. I like a more casual, comfortable style and would like to elevate that. How do I elevate t-shirts, long skirts, wide leg pants? You know, this is hold on. Hold on, Nelta. I just want to see what it looked like. Not that dog get me out of retirement of yelling at dogs out the window. Okay, now to Joseph 7132. Hello, Miss Carolyn. I love you down. I love you too, Nelta. I have lost a lot of weight and I am finding it a bit difficult to figure out my style. Okay, I like a more casual, comfortable style and would like to elevate that. How do I elevate t-shirts, long skirts, wide leg pants, or jeans for any time of day? I just like comfort also. I'm 49, a bit self-conscious. I don't want to show skin. So, number one, thank you for your question. Love you down as well. And here's the thing, when it comes to people telling me that they have weight loss and I don't know the context of it, a lot of people should say, "Oh my God, congratulations on your weight loss." Like, it's not always a congratulations. So I hope that within this weight loss space that you were healthy, you were feeling great, that you were happy. And if you did do it in a way that you meant to lose weight, congratulations on hitting your goal. However, if you got to this situation through a health condition, I pray for you and I hope everything is smooth and doing well for you at the end of the day. I don't tend to just automatically celebrate weight loss because you never know how someone's getting to that point and what it means for them. So at the end of the day, I hope that you're feeling good about yourself on the inside, and let's talk about, how to elevate basics and whatnot to make you feel like you're more aligned with your personal style. And I totally get it. You don't want to show skin, and this is a sudden change. You're feeling a bit self-conscious. Totally understandable. I've had weight fluctuation as well. I almost was 190 pounds at one time. So listen, when you feel like you're not in tune with your body, you can throw your personal style off for sure. But when it comes to basics like t-shirts and skirts and jeans and wide leg pants, I find that good tailoring is number one. um, a good fit, even with a regular t-shirt. Paying attention to the fit, I find that crew necks or deep V necks always win. Something about a U neck or boat neck or square neck, it can get lost in translation and it could look a little cheap depending on where you're getting it from. I make the rules, okay? So crew neck or V neck, you want to stay within that space. And figure if you prefer a boxier t-shirt or a more fitted t-shirt. Uniqlo, Banana Republic, COS, there's another brand, Line by K. Who else has really good, like, simple t-shirts? But those are brands that have really great t-shirts that wash well over time. Scoop by Walmart makes really good fitted t-shirts. Um, and paying attention to the fit and the tailoring of your t-shirts to your pants. If you're wearing wide legs, okay, make sure that it's cinched properly how you feel comfortable at the waist. Make sure that the length is at a proper length as well, because if you go a little too short, it could look like it's not that elevated. But if it's almost grazing the floor or it's showing a shoe the way that you want to be shown, then it feels aligned and elevated. So I feel like tailoring and fit is going to be key to feel elevated in a basic, and also bringing in your personal style when it comes to accessories and things. So you don't have to go crazy heavy duty, but if it is your style to wear really cool glasses, have fun with that. Elevate the look with that. If it's your style to wear a couple of different rings and that's your jam. Why have the last few days I stepped out this house without my damn rings on? I feel naked right now. But yeah, think about different accessories that you want to mix into your outfit formulas, and that can add in a lot of zhuzh and personal style flair into it. So, and then what else do I feel too? Our crowns, our hair. Is it that, do you have a more funkier, quirky, curly, curly style? Do you have a blunt look? Like, what's the vibe with the hair? I think playing with hairstyles is also something that elevates the look. It's a head to toe situation. It's not just the clothes. And just get to a point where you feel aligned with your body overall, and everything will fall into place. But yeah, definitely pay attention to the fit. Pay attention to how things are tailored. If it doesn't fit that amazing, don't be upset with it at the store, because these things are generally sized. They are not custom made for us. And a lot of times we have to get things custom tailored to our bodies to make it feel even greater, right? So tailoring, accessories with a personal style touch, and playing with your hair, that type of thing. So all in all, I hope I answered your question. I hope that you feel celebrated as you and feel more confident to just try things. And also, if you, because I didn't see anything about what kind of colors you're into, maybe mixing and matching prints in these particular silhouettes could be another way to elevate or have more fun with these types of styles and silhouettes that you're talking about. Okay. Thank you for your question. Natalia S4595 asks, I'm looking forward to the Q&A. Well, here it is. Yes. What are some guidelines for buying pre-owned luxury bags? Okay. So a lot of those pre-love sites have like a scale of good or super worn or excellent, gifted, like something that would be giftable, like it was never worn before. So I pay attention to those. I will say that Fashion File, I've worked with them for quite some time. They have a scale from worn to giftable, and I typically buy things that fall on the scale of shows wear and excellent, because even with their shows wear pieces, it's like really hard to find it when you get it. It's like, where's that thing that they said was in here, whatever. Or even it says, one of the bags I bought, it said it's quoted musty smell, and I'm like, how musty is the musty smell? And the musty smell just smells like actually just a vintage piece, right? It doesn't smell like anything crazy. But like when they say shows wear, that is the most worn I would do. And when it comes to certain types of bags, like if I'm looking at, let's say, like this type of bag, I would want it to be as clear and clean as possible, because of the edges of the hard structure that it has. I wouldn't buy this particular bag when it's super soft, banged up and everything. Like that's just not my personal style for this particular bag. However, the Balenciaga City bags that I bought in the past, those bags just look so much better when they're beaten and worn in over time. So there I would actually buy something that looks like good, or a grade below shows wear, or a little bit of tear that's hard to find, right? So I try to find things that are almost on the excellent side of the skin, on the excellent side of the scale, and very particular about things that are super worn in, because if it's not its original look, or if it's not one of those things that just looks so good over time, then I'm not going to entertain it. I want something that's hardly worn or lightly used. So not too many scratches for me, but like some scratches are doable. And if something just looks, there are certain brands and bags that just look so yummy with use, then I may take a stab at it. I definitely have done that. I've done that with the Balenciaga City bags, and I've even done it with the Louis Vuitton shoulder, that one shoulder backpack that I have. That had a lot more scratches and marks on it than other things that I bought from pre-love markets. But Louis Vuitton, it looks good when the strap, the leather has, what's it called, patinaed or aged a bit, looks a little bit more browner. So yeah, some stuff I will look over if it's meant to look that way, but everything else shows wear to excellent to gifted is my thing. Uh, JD for the win, 812, sorry. Carolyn, I would love to know what makeup products that you use for that no makeup look, from a fellow sis with problematic skin. Also, what do you use to slick down your hair if it's not hard gel? So I have been using, and I'll post a picture of it here, for my hair. I will use the foam from TGIN, the styling foam. Then I'll go in with a bit of the Echo gel. So that, I guess that is a little bit of a hard gel, but to smooth things over really in the front. I've been using this braiding gel from Kiss something. I forget the brand name. I got it in a goodie bag, y'all. So I've been using that on my edges and in the front here, and it's just been doing such a good job. It's braiding gel, but it doesn't whiten, like get crusty over time, and it doesn't make my hair hard when I take it out of this like slick back type of thing. Um, but I do use it towards the tail end of me needing to wash my hair. So those are the things that I use: the mousse, some of the gel, and that braiding styling gel. And then when it comes to the no makeup look, I've been using a lot of the Westman Atelier's skin tint. I've been using a lot of that with just like a little bit of color corrector from Bobbi Brown or Huda Beauty on some days. And then other days I've been using, like today I'm actually wearing Makeup Forever. They have this like little palette thing that I started using, I think this month. It looked interesting. I think I actually got the wrong color combination for myself. I think I got for more fair people, but they're fair skin people. What is this tongue twister situation I got going on today? Good Lord. The video already going long as it is. I don't have to make it longer, but I got that a couple of weeks ago because it just looked so interesting. And for me, I was like, oh, this will be perfect for me to just spruce myself up after the gym, because, you know, I shower at the gym and all that other stuff. So that has a couple of colors in that palette that do work well with me, and I use it very lightly. It's like you can either use your fingers, you can use a very light brush. I use a lot of brush application. I don't do beauty blender. Well, I could have blended this in a little bit better, but whatever, you know, it is what it is. We at home today. And yeah, I've been using that and just very lightly. I definitely go in there with the Huda Beauty color corrector or Bobbi Brown color corrector in Deep Peach very lightly, and I let it blend I'm very light with my makeup application. And then I do a little bit of the Westman Atelier's skin tint because it does have a sort of buildable coverage, especially with the marks that I want to hide. But it feels like it's super moisturizing. Now we're going into winter. I'm definitely going to be using that a lot because it is oil based and it's so hydrating for my skin. I really like it. But we could do, if you like, let me know below how many of you guys would be interested in me doing a skincare prep and makeup application for a no makeup look. And I could do that. That's not a problem. Uh, but yeah, problematic skin. I'm going through it right now. Every time the seasons change, my skin want to act up. It want to act up. The whole summer was looking great. Now, look like I don't love myself. Anyway, why is this looking so low? But anyway, thank you for your question. The next one is Evie. Why you got so many E's in your name? What is this? It's just Eve or Evie. Okay, you know who you are. What in particular is it about fashion that interests you, and how did you get into it? Are you also interested in art, and how do you feel that intersects with, if at all, with fashion? So my mom always, when she was outside of her scrubs, of course, because she works in the medical field, my mom always just had this stylish flair about her. And to be honest, she put her whole family on. If anybody in my family got style, it's because my mama put them on. Okay, she was the one that pulled up with the Calvin Klein, the Nikes, and the Jordans, and the things. It was like, let me make sure auntie got you fly. So my mom has always had an immense amount of style. My father too, and my father he has been into vintage shopping and taking me through that, even though at the time I didn't really appreciate it. And I was like, why does it smell like this in here? But anyway, I love vintage shopping now. And also my father's a photographer, and mainly what he focused on in his photography at his studio was fashion editorial, political editorial, things of that nature. So I got to be around fashion in that aspect where it was, editorial photography and then also at home. So when I was in high school, I was really into the arts. I painted, I drew. I was always being put into contests around the city and just very art based as a kid. Loved sculpting too. Anything I could create. I went to art camps too. Like I was just into it. And my art teacher in high school, I went to a college preparatory school, Towson Catholic High School, which is no longer a part of the Archdiocese. It's a closed school at this point. Um, my art teacher, Miss Gill, was like, "Are you interested in fashion?" Because like I painted a lot of things, um, fashion subjects. Like I would paint a lot of bags and shoes and dresses, and like I would do a lot of focus on the fashion aspect of whatever piece I was creating. And she introduced me to the concept of going to FIT for college, Fashion Institute of Technology in New York. I always knew I wanted to be in New York. I always knew that I would be doing something within the arts. So yes, I've been into fashion since I can remember. And another thing about my father, we would go to Barnes and Nobles once a week or every other week, and he would, gift me either a book or a magazine, and I would always get magazines and like cool little books, whatever. But like going to Barnes and Nobles and going through Elle magazines and Vogues was like my favorite pastime after school. My dad would pick me up. So anyway, got into FIT early action application, and I knew right away, like that was the only school I applied to, got into, and did what I needed to do when I got there. And I have an associate's and a bachelor's in fashion merchandising. Now, that's how I got into it. And while I was at FIT, one of the things that our head of department said, as far as getting into fashion outside of just school, was experience, getting a job right away. So I started working in fashion technically when I was in high school, but really in New York when I was a freshman, second semester, because my mom had to make sure that I had a grip on how to handle my college schedule and have a job. She didn't want me to work while I was just getting into the mix of it. My first job was at Barney's here in New York and so forth. So I've always been engulfed in it, whether it was the arts or retail. And then when it comes to art, I wish I would give myself a lot more time to go to museums and enjoy my time and immerse myself into the arts and different exhibits. There's so many amazing artists in this day and age that are just so wonderful and talented and just have a beautiful perspective. So I do think it intertwines. I think that fashion is a form of art, a form of expression when done right, like brands like Schiaparelli, you know, not things that are just copy and paste or same silhouettes and pasting a logo on it. No, that I don't think that that's the true art of fashion, but there is a level to it in different brands and different designers. Um, so I do think that they definitely intersect, and it's important that they intersect because the basis of fashion is art. And at the end of the day, I wish I was more. I need to make more time to get engulfed into the arts again, physically and seeing it in person, because I do enjoy a gallery stroll. I do enjoy the museum. I enjoy it. So I am into the arts, but right now I don't feel as equipped to talk about the arts because it's been some time. But my roots, my innate connection creatively is through the arts. I've always been an artist since I was a baby. Thank you for your question. Ooh, it's getting cloudy over here. What's the next question? Da-da-da-da-da. Hey, okay, who is my Sonia Butler asks, hey Cookie, I see you navigate NYC using the train. What are comfy stylish shoe brands you suggest for daily commutes? Well, I have a video coming up, I think if it's approved, where I wore the 50/50 boots from Stuart Weitzman. No, this video is not being sponsored, but those 50/50 boots I wore for the very first time that day, all day, I was comfortable. I walked 13,000 steps that day, okay? Another brand, I wear Vans. Y'all know I love my sneakers. Vans or Converses. Personally, I can handle Converses. But I feel like I'm not the best person to ask about comfort of shoes because me and Monroe Steele, we think that Saint Laurent shoes are comfortable. And to the majority, they are not actually. And I understand. I got hard feet. My grandmother on my mom's side was the type of woman to kick cactus over with bare feet in her garden. Do you think you would trust my answer when it comes to comfort of shoes? But what I will say is, I know when I have a time breaking in a shoe, like I would never suggest wearing Doc Martens, walking around because the break-in process is so long. Those shoes hurt, okay? Once you break them in, it's fine or whatever, but like that process is hurtful. But when it came to wearing those Stuart Weitzman boots for the first time, walking that many steps in New York City, that to me, I was like, actually, nah, those are amazing. I thought I was gonna have a little bit of struggle. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought I was gonna be like, oh my God, I'm going to be so mad at myself trying to get this vlog together, wearing these shoes, trying to prove a point, and I'm gonna go home with blisters on the back of my feet. No blisters. No blisters. But yeah, I tend to wear a lot of flat skater shoes. You know those Falaya shoes that I got from Amazon? The Alaya mesh ballet. Those were so comfortable this entire summer. Oh my God. And what else? Who else brand? What else brand? I don't even know. Wait. What other shoes that I grab for often? My Prada shoes. Prada wears well over time and they're comfortable. But then again, I probably am able to kick over a cactus with my bare feet. I'm just saying. Sonia, I'm just saying. Okay, Lisa Hux, 9480. I love how more women of color are entering the mainstream fashion space and bringing with them a true sense of style and readily mixing high-end brands with high street and in some instances fast fashion brands. As one of our newest fashion stars, what has been your experience? What has been your experience been? I'm reading that right, but like I'm processing things wrong. I don't know why in my head. Do you feel the impact that you and your counterparts are having, or are you feeling a sense of being unwelcomed? Love your Be More Play Cousin. I know that's right. What's up, Be More? So here's the thing. I kind of don't feel like I'm new in the sense of the fashion aspect of content creation industry because I've had such a long history of going to fashion school, working in corporate fashion, working in the magazine world, working in styling. I've always had this history and experience for the last 22 years, 20 years, I don't even know. Yeah, 20, 21 years of my life has been engulfed in fashion. So when it comes to feeling new in that sense, I don't feel new. I feel a little bit dated sometimes, or not in the mix how I once was, or knowing the people that I used to know in these spaces that used to um, have certain jobs and access. Like people have moved around a lot. So I don't feel necessarily new, but I feel like I have to navigate it and open my mind to how things are working now in this space. But my history speaks a lot. And my experience in this space speaks a lot. When it comes to feeling welcomed, no. Women of color in any of these spaces, fashion in particular, but content creation, this industry, is not that welcoming. It's very selective picking of us. Um, and a lot of times, if one of us is invited to something, the other is not. And then we're like, well, this is my plus one. So here's my friend that you didn't invite, type of thing. And you know her because you see her all over the place, or you see me on their page. And I'm talking about several people, not just Chi. Like a lot of us do this with each other because we feel like they're very selective about who they want to see or want to include. It's not welcoming. Fashion is not welcoming. But there have always been many amazing Black women behind the scenes that nobody knows about, whether it's in publishing or buying or styling or even design. You know, it's a lot of dust has been quieted and kept behind the bushes, type of thing. So I don't think that it is that welcoming of a space, but I do think that we are putting ourselves or going into space with our own table, type of thing. Um, I do think that the impact that it's having is, here's what I've noticed, right? I will go to a brand, and a brand will invite me to an event, right? And they'll have someone as the face of that event, and it's a nice time, it's fun, people don't buy much, but they're here for the pictures and the freebies, right? Check me out though. The same brand will hire a woman of color in her community to a similar event where you're looking for sales, you're looking for transactions, or just expanding your customer database. That event will go off the fucking rocks. You hear me? And I mean it with my whole heart. There is such a difference when you bring women of color onto the scene to represent a brand, their whole community. Y'all pull up. Y'all pull up, show up, and y'all spend money because we do have a powerful spending dollar, don't we? Yes, we do. I went to an event recently. Somebody went back there and bought a whole $11,000 Birkin. Okay? People will show up in a wild way when it comes to women of color in the creator space. And sometimes it's aggravating because I sense that the brands love it for that day and they're like, oh my God, like we were not expecting this is a party, and like y'all spending money, and like we're getting to know the people, and we realize we have so many more fans than we did because this person introduced us to it. But from that day, it's not like they expand their focus on that particular division and opportunity. They keep it for that one chance, and every so often they'll bring it back around. So it's like, I love those moments because it's like proven fact. We be pulling up for our people. Like we go crazy. We spend money. We like spending money. But then it's disheartening to see that it's not a consistent maintenance of that particular relationship or alike. Hope I answered your question. And last question, oh my boy, from Evolving Moments 320. Describe your personal style in 1 to 2 sentences, because y'all know I don't like the 1 to 3 words thing, and how it came to be. Like, what is it inspired by? Well, dang. This the kind of question I wish I saw before and planned it out. But my personal style is forever evolving. Um, it is inspired by times of nostalgia, by my environment and my comfort, as well as what I deem to be beautiful, wearable art. I feel like that's too general, but my mom's inspired my fashion sense. My father's inspired my fashion sense. Even my aunt Celia, who is a bit of an estranged family member at this time, but we have made contact, and I'm glad that we have. I really missed her, and I find that a lot of our disconnection with it. It didn't have to be the way that it was, but things happen in family. But even her, like, I will see shoes, and for all these years, even if we weren't speaking, I would see a pair of shoes. I'm like, oh my God, Aunt Celia would love those. Like, I love those. Like, I love shoes, like Aunt Celia shoes, right? And I would ask them, like, can you hold on to these shoes for me when I grow up now? I think she wears like a 6.5. My feet are bigger than hers. I definitely outgrew those shoes. But my family has inspired my sense of style or my approach to style. I love seeing, I'm actually really heavily inspired by men from the 90s, like Robin Williams, Denzel Washington, Brad Pitt, and like their ease and just like cute daddy sense of style, right? And then there's times where I'm super inspired by the early 90s or late 80s, like Grace Jones and Robin Givens and Boomerang. Like, there's different facets of my life that call for different outfits and aesthetics that I feel are really connected to me and what I love. But when I think about particular people or times that really inspire me, it is the 90s and the 80s, a little bit of the 70s, depending on what it is. And it has to have edge. I do like a lot of androgyny or masculinity in my clothing choices too. And I have to be comfortable. Even if it's like a dressed up dress gown situation, like it has to have a certain drape and just effortlessness to it. Even Donna Karen's approach to design in the 90s is something that I wish she stuck to and stuck around for. But yeah, like many things inspire me, but overall comfort and what I know to just be simplistic, elevated style that I saw my mom and my dad really put on. And yeah, that's where it comes from. And then I've also, in my moments, especially like when I'm dressing up, things that are super avant-garde and just out of the box and just super beautiful and wearable art, you know? So like Dries Van Noten or Schiaparelli. I'm not there yet, but I will be. I want to go to their, what's it called, to their showroom, their boutique in Paris, and I want the outfit. I want a Schiaparelli outfit. But yeah, so those are all the questions. Thank you guys so much for submitting questions. I really find that these were really fun to go through and answer. Definitely excited to get your feedback. I'm sorry if this is such a long video, but to me, these seems like a lot of questions. I don't know. This is more than I thought I was going to get. But yeah, I have fun. I always have fun with y'all. And yeah, if there's any other questions that y'all have, I could do in a different video. I could create another post for another Q&A that can answer to things on a different level, whether it's outside of fashion, more personal, family, relationship. Y'all know I'm not afraid to talk about stuff like that. So let me know. Don't be afraid, but be respectful, obviously. And yeah, we'll get into it then. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. If you have any other questions, comment below. And I'll see y'all in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, Cookies. Have a good one.